Hare Krishna. I think Prabhuji has joined. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for joining. Hare Krishna. Can you all hear me? Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Welcome to the call. Thank you so much for joining. We are
Hare
so blessed and fortunate to have you in the New Year class. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Please accept our humble obeisances. वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्य च कृपा सिंधु एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णव्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय, हिज ग्रेस गौरांग दर्शन प्रभु जी की जय। Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Please take over the call.
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. I offer my humble obeisances to all the devotees who have assembled for today's session. I was asked by the organizers to speak on Ajamil's pastime and the glories of holy name. I will try my best to narrate the story to some degree and share my understanding of the unlimited glories of the holy name of Krishna. Ajamil story appears in the 6th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, and the context of this episode is that at the end of 5th canto of Bhagavatam, Sukadeva Goswami described several hellish planets and all the kinds of intense suffering that is experienced by people who go to hell because of their sinful activities. So Parikshit Maharaj, although he himself was about to die in few days, he felt very compassionate, was extremely kind upon all those people who are suffering hellish conditions. So he asked a question. Sukadeva Goswami, how can this humanity be saved from entering hellish conditions? That was his question. A Vaishnava is called Paradukha Dukhi. A Vaishnava doesn't consider one's own welfare. When a Vaishnava sees someone else in distress, the devotee feels distressful. That's the definition of a devotee. That's the default mindset of a devotee, Paradukha Dukhi. Here Parikshit Maharaj is asking, how can the humanity be saved from entering hellish conditions? Why humanity? If Vaishnava is compassionate, he should ask about animals also. He should ask about insects also. He should ask about birds also. Why he eliminated them? Why only human beings? The answer is, animals, insects, they don't go to hell. They don't have karma. They just act according to their instincts. They don't have to acquire papa or punya. So they are out of question. Who is destined to go to hell? Only those people who are in human bodies and who perform sinful activities. They are destined to go to hell. So therefore Parikshit Maharaj asked about the human beings. And even amongst human beings, he did not ask specifically about Kshatriyas. How can the Kshatriya community protected from hell, or he did not ask about his own um, family. How can the Kuru dynasty be saved from hell? Generally, when we hear about some impending danger, we think, oh, how should I protect myself from the danger? We think about ourselves. But here is Parikshit Maharaj who is thinking about the entire humanity. Okay. So, for example, there is some power cut. There is no water supply. Okay. Early in the morning, you have to go to Mangalarti. The thought is, how will I take bath to go for Mangalarti? But there are some devotees who think, how will the entire community of devotees take bath so that they all can attend Mangalarti? So they will immediately go and then do the needful in the water supply so that all devotees can come, right? So when there is some delay in cooking, okay, some people may think that, oh, delay in cooking, my God, my lunch will get delayed. My lunch will get delayed. But there are some devotees, mature devotees, oh, all the devotees will be troubled because of the delay in lunch. Okay, at least give them some snacks for now. After 1 hour, when the lunch is ready, we can serve them full meal. So that's the nature. So we cannot assume that yes, we have compassion like Parikshit Maharaj. So we can just introspect on our own activities, day-to-day activities, and then understand how selfless we are. Are we really selfless? How selfless we are. Of course, we cannot have this binary answer. Either I'm selfless or selfish. Not like that. We are somewhere between pure selfishness and pure selflessness. We are somewhere in between, right? We are work in progress. So in this work, so how far have we reached in our journey from selfishness to selflessness depends on how mature are we in bhakti, right? What is our motivation behind performing various services in bhakti? So Parikshit Maharaj's compassion is not just for Kuru dynasty, not just for the Kshatriyas, but it is for every single living human being. Okay. So he asked this question. Then Sukadeva Goswami, it's a very long answer. For us to get into holy name discussion, we need to summarize this discussion faster. So he said that karma kanda, people commit sinful activities because of ignorance. No, before even that he said, when people commit a sinful activity, there is a sinful reaction. To save oneself from sinful reaction, they should perform some atonement, prayaschitta. Then they will not go to hell. Parikshit said that hey, this answer doesn't make sense to me. I cannot accept this answer. Guru is speaking and the disciple is saying, I will not accept your answer. Right? So when we are mature, we will understand in what mood is the Guru speaking to us. Is he testing us or is he teaching us? So to the degree we are mature, to that degree we will understand. Parikshit did not accept this answer. It didn't make sense. Okay, and Sukadeva Goswami also didn't mean to give that answer. Okay. So Sukadeva Goswami, when he said karmakandic atonement will destroy your sinful reaction, Parikshit Maharaj said, oh, really? क्वचित निवर्तते भद्रात् क्वचित चरति तत्पुनः प्रायश्चित्तम अथो अपार्थम मन्ये कुंजर शौचवत्. So I may perform some atonement process prayashchitta and I may be relieved from my sinful reaction. But what is the assurance that I will not commit that sinful action again? Will the prayashchitta assure that I will not repeat that sinful action? No. Then how can I accept this for an answer? I won't. Okay. So I would say it is like kunjara shauchavat. It's like an elephant going into a river, taking nice bath and coming out and throwing dust on his body. That's what it is. I cannot accept this. Okay, fine. Then he says that let me give you another answer, a more evolved answer, the Gnana answer, not the Karmakanda answer, but Gnana answer. What is that? The reason for committing any sinful activity is ignorance. When you cultivate Gnana, knowledge, then you will be relieved from ignorance. Then you will be relieved from hell. Then Parikshit Maharaj did not say anything, but he was silent. But his expression revealed that he did not like the answer. Because apparently it makes sense. Because of ignorance, you are doing sin, and if you are knowledgeable, you will not do sin. But the main problem is people, although they are knowledgeable, they commit sin. How many people know that cigarette smoking is dangerous to health? And how many people knowing this smoke cigarettes, drink alcohol, steal from other people? So just because you have knowledge about something, that does not stop you from committing a sinful activity, right? Therefore, this is also rejected with expression only, not with words. Then finally, our dear Sukadeva Goswami became very satisfied with his disciples' understanding, right? So when the disciple is learning nicely, the spiritual master will become very happy. So then he gave the final answer. He said, if you perform bhakti yoga, let me just give an example. The answer is, Sukadeva Goswami himself described that saving oneself from entering hell through Jnana Marga is like Venugulmam Ivanala. Venugulma means a bush of bamboo trees. You burn, Anala means fire. So when fire burns this bamboo trees, bamboo bushes, all the bamboos will turn to ashes. That's how knowledge will destroy your ignorance and sinful action. But the issue with this example also is that although bamboo bushes are burned to ashes, when there are favorable conditions, again the bushes will sprout, the bamboo plants will sprout. So therefore, a person who is knowledgeable may restrain oneself from committing sinful activities, but whenever there is an opportunity, possibility, one may again tend to perform that sinful activity because there is no purification of the heart. There is knowledge, there is intelligence, there is discernment, but there is no purification of heart. Therefore, they still have that lingering desire. They know, if I commit this sinful activity, I will have to encounter this reaction. Chalega, let me just take it. Doctor told, don't eat sweets. If you eat sweets, it's not good for your health. But still, there's a pleasure, right? There is some excitement in eating that sweets. Even if he knows that he will be troubled in future, he will still eat it. No problem. Oh, trouble मैं सहन कर लूंगा. No problem. So let me eat it from now. Okay. That's how the desires tempt us. Mind tempts us, even though we have intelligence. Therefore, this is not a right solution. Then finally, Sukadeva Goswami gave this answer, which is Niharam eva bhaskara. You perform bhakti unto Krishna, you chant the holy names of Krishna, then all your sinful activities and sinful reactions, actions and reactions, both will be destroyed. How? Niharam eva bhaskara. Just like a drop of dew cannot stay in the presence of shining sun. Similarly, all the sinful proclivities and sinful reactions cannot stay in the shining sun of bhakti, shining sun of holy name. Then he said, even if you chant the holy name of once, Sakrin Manaha Krishna Pada Ravindayor Vachamsi Vaikuntha Gunanuvarnane. So, sorry, Sakrin Manaha Krishna Pada Ravindayor means no different shloka. Anyways, whatever it may be, let me tell you the shloka, let me tell you the meaning of the shloka. Of Krishna even once, you will be relieved from sinful reactions and sinful thoughts, sinful mentalities also, right? Even in dream, you don't have to see the Yamadutas. Even in dream, you don't have to go to hell. Forget really going to hell. Even in dream, you will not go to hell. So you want a testimony, you want an example for this, you want a historical narration. Did anyone avoid going to hell by chanting the holy name? Someone may ask this question, right? So anticipating that question, Sukadeva Goswami narrated Ajamil pastime. That's the context of Ajamil episode. Now, Ajamil was a pure Brahman. He was very truthful, very learned in different scriptures, very obedient to elders, very respectful, did not have any bad habits. So he was once asked by his father, Ajamil, can you please go and get some worship paraphernalia like leaves and flowers and fruits and kusha grass for our worship? Go to the forest. Then Ajamil immediately, obediently went to the forest to get some paraphernalia for the worship. When he was coming back, he saw some scene which is very objectionable, which is extremely abominable from the perspective of the cultural standards in those times. He saw a man and a woman embracing each other and in public, outside, and he became very perturbed, very disturbed in the mind. Then he tried to control his mind by remembering all the Vedic instructions, Gnana. He applied Gnana. Okay. So he applied his knowledge to control himself, but he could not. He left that scene. Although he left the scene did not leave him. It is lingering in his mind, constantly lingering in his mind. So to cut the long story short, he has given up his old parents, he has given up his chaste wife, and he brought that dasi, that maid servant, to his home and started living with her, started eating the food cooked by her, and he lost all his Brahmanical culture and good qualities and good etiquettes, and he started beating people, cheating people, looting people, and robbing people, and somehow managed to get his livelihood and maintain his sinful family for a long time till the age of 88. At the age of 88, he had one small son, toddler son. Many sons were there, but this one boy is very young. Somehow, by his good fortune, he he named that son as Narayana. Okay, Narayana is the holy name of the Supreme Lord. So he named that son Narayana, and he was very attached to that son. Although there are so many children for the parents, parents give more attention to the youngest one naturally, because elders are like they are grown up sufficiently, so they may not give so much of attention as much as they give to the younger ones. Okay, so now mm, after this uh, birth of this boy, Ajamil became very attached to this boy. Whenever he's eating or sleeping or doing some work or doing anything, he would just call, Narayana, come here, Narayana, come here, Narayana, come and eat this, Narayana, come and drink this, Narayana, come and sleep now, it's late in the night, Narayana, get up early in the morning. So like that, he would constantly say Narayana, 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 Narayana very affectionately, out of love for his son. Okay. That affectionate chanting of the holy name of Narayana completely eradicated all the sins that he has performed. Okay. Then at the age of 88, he became very sick. He was lying on the deathbed almost. And his wife abandoned him. And Ajamil was helplessly just lying with sickness. So at that time, 3 Yamadutas came there with their twisted faces and very fierce forms. They came to arrest Ajamil, to take him to the hellish planets. So when Ajamil was being dragged forcefully to hellish planets, out of anxiety, in a helpless state of mind, Ajamil started chanting Narayana, 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 Narayana. Constantly was chanting in fear. Then Narayana heard this. Now he was calling his son Narayana. Whenever you are in anxiety or in some pain, it's very natural that you call out the name of the person whom you love the most, right? So Ajamil chanted Narayana. And this baby boy Narayana, hardly 2, 3 year old boy, he was playing very nearby. But this kid does not have the ability to understand the emotions of his father. How unfortunate. He's not grown up, he's a very small child. How can he understand the emotions of his father? My father is in pain and he's calling me out of affection, out of anxiety, out of fear. Let me go and assist him. He did not have that maturity because he's very small. Okay. But although he is very small, he does not have the ability to protect him. Still, Ajamil is calling his name only, Narayana, 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 come here. The irony of this life is that we invest our time, energy, affection in people who may not or who do not have the ability or intention to reciprocate with us. That's natural. We invest our time and affection and energy, and we have a lot of hopes from people who may not have the ability or intention to help us. Some people have intention to help us, but they don't have the ability. Some people are able to help us, but they don't have any intention. Arey, why should I help? Hmm. That's the nature of these people. Now, let us go a little deep into this case. Although this boy Narayana did not respond to his father now, he is absorbed in his play. The original Lord Narayana responded to his appeal. Okay. He was not even prayerful as such. He was anxious, definitely. He was helpless, but he was not actually calling Narayana in one sense. But the boy is not Narayana. The name that he called is Narayana. Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddho Nitya Mukto Abhinnatvan Nama Namino. Abhinnatvan Nama Nami. There is no difference between the person and the person who possesses that name. The name and the person who possesses that name. There is no difference between name Krishna and person Krishna. There is no difference between name Narayana and person Narayana. Therefore, original Narayana felt, someone is calling me, someone is calling me. Okay. Just like you have attendance in the classroom, many kids are sitting and the teacher is taking attendance, calling out names. Just two kids happen to have the same name. She calls the name of one kid, and the other kid said, "Yes, yes, teacher, yes, madam." Okay, I didn't call you, I called him. The teacher will clarify, right? So other person will say, "No, no, no, my name is also Narayana. You called my name only." He will not just go and respond, right? So now, even in ordinary cases also, when somebody did not have the intention to call you, you will not respond to that person. Even if you happen to respond to that person, if you realize that he did not intend to call you, you will just go back. That's the general tendency. But see how Narayana, despite completely knowing that Ajamil did not call him intentionally, Ajamil did not intend to call Lord Narayana, he intended to call only son Narayana, not Lord Narayana from Vaikuntha. Son who is playing in the next room. He was calling him only. But still Lord Narayana responded. The reason is the Lord is more desperate to show his mercy upon us than we are desperate to accept his mercy. The Lord is more inclined to reclaim us and embrace us and take us into his loving company more than we become enthusiastic and eager to reunite with him. That is his mercy. And we accept his mercy to the degree we are eager for it. But the Lord is eager. He somehow searches some direct or indirect reason to give us mercy, right? Oh, he did not intend to call me, but at least he chanted my name, right? Let me give him mercy. We come to Gajendra's case. Gajendra did not know the name of the Lord only. Gajendra offered so many prayers. Madrik prapanna pashupasha vimokshadaya muktaya bhuri karunaya namolayaya. Like that, he offered so many prayers. In all these prayers, you cannot find the name of the Lord. You may find so many qualities that Gajendra has described. You are the creator, you are the maintainer, you are supreme Lord, supreme father, etc., etc. But Gajendra did not say Ram, Krishna, Narasimha, Varaha, Vamana, Matsya, Kurma, no name. Okay. Who should respond to this? All the devatas felt that he never called us. Why should we respond? But the Supreme Lord Hari felt that although he did not call my name, at least he said my qualities. Let me respond to him. Right? So here in Ajamil's case, the name matched. In Gajendra's case, the qualities matched. Okay. The Lord felt, at least he chanted my qualities, right? All the qualities that he was mentioning in the prayer, uh, I think all these qualities I only have. Nobody else have. Nobody else has. Means he's calling me only. I only have to respond. That is his analysis. The Lord is very desperate. The Lord is very enthusiastic and eager to give mercy. Directly or indirectly, he finds some reason to show us some mercy. Right? Even if we are not intending to call him. Okay. Gajendra did not know the uh, the name of the Lord or several attributes of the Lord. Somehow, Gajendra started saying that whoever the person may be who is having all these qualities, let him come and protect me. To whomsoever it may concern, I offer this prayer. Let that person who has these qualities, let that person, if he exists, the creator, the maintainer, the destroyer, the person who is beyond the material world, the person who is all capable, all merciful, let that person come and protect me. Okay. That is Gajendra's analysis. But the Lord came. Gajendra did not chant holy names of Krishna. Therefore, we don't quote the example of Gajendra for holy name seminars. Okay. But we quote his example for the desperation that he had to call the Almighty Lord despite not knowing his name. Therefore, even if you don't chant the name of the Lord, still the Lord is merciful. If you chant the name of the Lord, how much more merciful he should be. Right? So Gajendra was struggling, and all the elephant friends of Gajendra were seeing his struggle. But nobody had the ability to protect Gajendra. And all the devatas had the ability to protect Gajendra, and they were also seeing this whole match, cricket match, like cricket match people watch, right, from stadium, big galleries. Like that, sitting in the clouds, sitting in the upper planets, all the devatas were watching this match between crocodile and elephant. It's not 1 day match or 2 day match, it is 1,000 year match. 1,000 years, Gajendra and crocodile were fighting with each other. But the Devatas, despite having the ability to protect Gajendra, they did not respond to Gajendra. That's what I was saying some time back. Some people have the intention to protect us, but they don't have the ability to protect us. Some people have the compassion to protect us, but they did not have the capacity to protect us, like the elephant friends of Gajendra. Some people have the capacity to protect, but they don't have the compassion. They have the ability, but they don't have the intention, like the Devatas sitting in the sky, not doing anything to Gajendra. Okay. But the Lord Vishnu, Lord Hari, Lord Krishna, he has both compassion and capacity. He has ability and he has intention to protect us. Right? He's more intending to protect us than we are intending to take his protection, request his protection. That's what he did in Ajamil's case also. So because Ajamil committed sinful activities with his body, mind, and words, 3 Yamadutas came to take him to hell. Because Ajamil chanted Narayana, 4 syllables of Lord's name, holy name, 4 Vishnu Dutas came. To counteract 3 Yamadutas, 1 is also sufficient. 1 Vishnu Dutta is sufficient, but 4 came. All 4 are telling this 3 people, hey, get lost from here, out of here. And there is a long conversation which I am not going to discuss now, very long conversation. They came and chased away the Yamadutas. And Ajamil then, he realized, my God, what kind of sinful life I have led. He spoke about, he heard about some ordinary Yamadutas. Yamadutas were speaking ordinary dharma. What is ordinary dharma there? It's like he committed sin, he did not do atonement, therefore we are taking him to hell. It's like ordinary, tit for tat. This is the action, this is the reaction. But there is a transcendental dharma. So ordinary dharma is based on logic, tit for tat, action and reaction. But transcendental dharma is based on love, compassion, forgiveness, affection, on a spiritual plane. However sinful a person may be, the Lord is compassionate upon that person. The Lord may disapprove the misdeeds of common people, but the Lord will never disown that person. Okay. Even if you commit such abominable activities and become worm in stool also, I will still sit in your heart as the super soul, as Paramatma. Paramatma is there in insect's heart also, ants' heart also, human beings' heart also. Devata's heart also. He's there everywhere. Just because somebody committed some sinful activities, that does not mean the Lord will say, I will not sit in his heart as Paramatma. Paramatma facility is available only to pure people, not everyone. Paramatma is there everywhere. Sarvasya cha aham hridi sannivishto mattah smritir jnanam apohanam cha. Sarvasya cha. Everybody. Every single living being, whichever species that person may be, whichever universe the person may enter, whichever planet the soul may exist, the Lord will not leave him. Super soul network is everywhere. No, your geo network and your mobile network may not be everywhere when you go to some simple villages and all, but super soul network is everywhere. That should give us a sense of hope, assurance, protection, but that should also give us a caution note. Oh my God, super soul is everywhere. That means he's watching me. All the nonsense that I'm doing also he's watching me. So that super soul's existence everywhere should in one sense give us hope and should also give us a caution note, both. Sometimes, how many times you have felt that you did something great, but people have not recognized you. They have misunderstood you, on the other hand. They have misunderstood you. It happens, right? Many times. But how many times have you done something wrong and no one noticed it? That also happened, right? So when nobody notices the wrong things that we did, we don't have any complaints. We feel actually happy. Thank you, my dear Lord. But when we do something good, when nobody recognizes, we feel very disappointed. Lack of appreciation, depression. I distributed 2 Bhagavad Gitas in this marathon. My name is not announced in Mangalarti. Right? So, so we want recognition, we want appreciation for the good that we do, and we want people to ignore our bad. Okay. But sometimes we may get the opposite also in this world. But super soul will never do any wrong calculation. If you do good, he will recognize it. He will remember it. Even if you forget, he will remember it. Even if it is deleted from your memory for the rest of eternity, he will remember for the rest of eternity. We forget everything that we have done in the past lives, but he remembers. As Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita. He very clearly says, Vedaham samatitani vartamanani cha Arjuna. I know everything. I know the past, I know the present, I know the future. Okay. So the Lord sent Vishnu Dutas and protected Ajamil, and Yamadutas left. Now Vishnu Dutas, they spoke so many things about the holy name. Okay. But in essence, I will speak one thing. Ajamil committed so many sinful activities. How could just chanting the holy name of Narayana, that to indicate his son, how can it protect him from entering hell? The answer is that Ajamil chanted without any offenses. It's an offenseless chanting. What kind of offenses he did not commit? He committed hundreds of offenses. Okay, but they're all sinful activities, not offenses exactly. Okay, sin and offense. Now this Sanskrit terminologies are there to describe the effect of sin and offense. Sin means papa, offense means aparadha. Okay, pap means your behavior or your action is against the standard norms, policies, and protocols or rules and regulations of this world. Certain morality codes are set, and your behavior is against that. That is called papa. Okay. But aparadha means aparadha. You hurt the heart of Radharani. Okay. You just deviate from a protocol that has some repercussion. But if you cause pain to the heart of Radharani, that will have greater repercussion. Okay, aparadha. So aparadha is on a higher level. And the effect of pap and aparadha is like dhuli lepa and vajra lepa. Dhuli lepa means you have some dust, sand, and you draw a line on the sand. You can see the line, but over a period of time, that line may be mitigated. People may walk on it, or maybe there is some wind, and then some sand particles will just fill the ditch that you have made with your finger, and the line is just completely gone. Dhuli lepa. Then Vajralepa means you make a line on the rock with thunderbolt. Okay, it is very difficult to go away, even after 100 years or 200 years or 500 years, right? The effect of offense is more severe than the effect of sin. Ajamil committed so many sinful activities, but we don't see him offending Vaishnavas and all. Now, coming to the discussion of holy name, he did not offend the holy name. What is the seventh offense to holy name? Yes, Vidit Ganotra. He did not have any interaction today. Do you know the seventh offense to holy name? You can unmute him. Whoever is the host or co-host.
Yes, thanks so much. Raj, actually, I don't remember the exact seventh.
Oh my God, I waited for you. No problem. To commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy names, right? Yes. To commit sinful, what are the two shades? First, you chant the holy name, then you commit sin. Second is, first you commit sin, then you chant holy name, right? So you commit sin with an expectation that your future chanting will relieve you from your current sin. Means you are committing sin on the strength of your future chanting. Second way is you commit sin now. Okay, put it this way. You commit sin with an intention that he will relieve chanting the holy name in the past, right? So, or for example, you have chanted today 16 rounds, you chanted, and tomorrow you think, anyways, I chanted 16 rounds, right? I'll commit sinful activities now. Yesterday's chanting gave me some strength. Today I can commit some sins. That's one way. Second way is you chant today thinking that yesterday's sins will be eradicated. Okay. So the sequence may change, but the offense is same. You are basically committing a sinful activity on the strength of your holy name. Okay. Either you chant before or after the sin. Either you chant first and then commit sin later. Whether you commit sin first and chant later, the intention is to eradicate sin through holy name, using holy name like a wiping cloth, pocha, right? Khare, dal gir gaya, you take pocha and then wipe it, right? It's like that. We are using holy name as a pocha, a wiping cloth. Ajamil never did this offense. Ajamil committed so many sinful activities. He never thought that I will chant and remove these sins. And Ajamil committed so many sinful activities, never thought that I have already chanted, right? Now I can commit any sin. No, these two offenses he did not commit. So therefore he chanted offenseless holy name. And on top of it, Ajamil called Narayana not just when Yamadutas came. With great affection, with great love, he was chanting Narayana, Narayana, Narayana hundreds of times when he's calling his son. And at the time when Yamadutas came, Ajamil was chanting with so much helplessness, anxious state of mind. So this anxious chanting and that affectionate chanting, multiple times, completely relieved him from all the sins, sinful reactions. Okay, even one chanting of the holy name sincerely can eradicate all the sinful activities, sinful reactions. What to speak of chanting so many times, repeatedly. Okay, so that's why there is this shloka. Madhuramadhurametan mangalam mangalanam सकल निगम वल्ली सत्फलम चित्स्वरूपम सकृदपि परिगीतं श्रद्धया हेळया वा भृगुवर नरमात्रं तारयेत् कृष्ण नाम. Madhura Madhurametan, holy name of Krishna is extremely sweet. Mangalam Mangalanam, holy name of Krishna is the most auspicious of all auspicious things. Sakala Nigamavalli Satpalam Chitsvarupam. Holy name is considered the ripened fruit of the creeper of all the scriptures. Satphalam Chitsvarupam. Sakridapi Parigitam Shraddhaya Helayava Even if you chant the holy name of Krishna, even once, sakridapi, shraddhaya helayava, either with faith or even with neglect, indifference, still, bhruguvara naramatram tarayet Krishna nama. Holy name will deliver us from all sinful reactions. Not just deliverance from sinful reactions, holy name will give us the ananda of bhakti. Alamalamalameka praninam patakanam nirasana vishayeya Krishna Krishneti vani yadi bhavati mukunde bhaktirananda sandra karatala kalita sa moksha samrajya lakshmi. Alamalamalameka praninam patakanam. Living entities in this world, especially human beings, they committed so many patakas, so many sinful activities. But the chanting of the holy names can eradicate all the sinful reactions. Even one sincere chanting of the holy name can eradicate more number of sins than actually you can commit in an entire lifetime. To that degree, holy name is powerful. Okay. Alamalameka praninam patakanam nirasana vishayeya Krishna Krishneti vani. Krishna Krishna iti vani. The name, the sound vibration Krishna Krishna can cause great detachment from all material desires. It can completely relieve us from all sinful reactions. Right? Nirasana vishayeya Krishna Krishneti vani. Yedi bhavati mukunde bhaktirananda sandra karatala kalita sa moksha samrajya lakshmi. If we can develop the devotion to the Lord, Yadi Bhavati Mukunde, by chanting the holy names, Bhakti Rananda Sandra, we will be immersed in an ocean of nectarian ocean, condensed nectarian ocean of Bhakti. Holy name has the potency to give us that bliss, condensed bliss of Bhakti. Okay. Karatala Kalita sa Moksha Samrajya Lakshmi. The opulence of the kingdom of liberation will just come into your hands effortlessly, just by chanting the holy names of Krishna. That's the power of chanting. That's the power of holy name of Krishna. Never to underestimate. Ajamil just chanted Narayana, Narayana. That's all. He's relieved completely. Totally, he's relieved. Now, there is one shloka where the Acharya, Vaishnav, Kulashekar Alvar, he requests us, please chant the holy name of Narayan. He says, He martyaha paramam hitam shrunutavo vakshyami sankshepata samsararnavamapa durmi bahulam samyak pravishya sthita नानाज्ञानमपास्य चेतसि नमो नारायणायेत्यमुं मन्त्रं सप्रणवं प्रणामसहितं प्रावर्तयेद्वं मुहुः. Hey Amartyaha, O human being who is destined to die, Hey Amartyaha paramam hitam shrunutavo. I will give you something which is very, very beneficial to you. Just listen to me. Okay? He says, I don't have time. I will not listen. I will speak concisely, don't worry. Vakshyami sankshepata. I will speak very concisely. You don't have to worry about it. Okay? What is that? Please understand your situation. What is your situation? Samsararnava mapa durmi bahulam samyak pravishya sthita. You have entered so deep into this samsara arnava, into this ocean of material existence. Samsara arnava mapa durmi bahulam. In this ocean of material existence, there are so many waves of miseries, difficulties, setbacks. Okay. Samyak pravishya sthita. You have entered deep into that ocean. So you are trying to come out of it, right, by your jnana. He says, Nana jnanamapasya chetasi namo narayana yetyabum. Just give up all your speculative endeavors to come out of this material ocean. However expert swimmer you may be, Even if you're swimming in the right direction towards the shore, sometimes you're in the middle of the ocean, it's very difficult to figure out which direction I should go. Where is the shore? East, west, north, south, you cannot figure out only. Which direction is the shore? Are you going deep into the ocean? Are you going towards the shore? You cannot figure out only. Even if you happen to figure out that this is the direction where I need to, I can get the shore. Even if you are swimming very fast, even if you are the most experienced and expert swimmer, still, how long can you swim? How many days you will swim? How many months you will swim? Will you get the strength to swim? So the material world is a place of misery, dukkhalayam shashvatam, and to come out of this material ocean, all we need is not expertise in swimming. We need a boat. Someone has to come in a ship, big ship, and throw some rope. Catch this rope and come up. Then only we'll be protected. Even if you're an expert swimmer. Therefore, he says, Nanajnanamapashya chetasi namo narayanayatyamum mantram sapranavam pranama sahitam pravartayedvam muhu. So, mantram, you chant the Narayana mantra, right? Keep aside all your speculative endeavors to come out of the ocean. Just chant Narayana. Chant Narayana sab pranava along with pranava omkara, that is Om Namo Narayana. Mantram sab pranavam pranama sahitam, also offer pranams to the Lord. Pravartayedham muhu. Do it as a practice regularly every day. Then you will come out of the ocean. And that's what happened to Ajamil also. He chanted Narayana, Narayana, Narayana. Even unintentionally, he chanted Narayana. How much effect we will get by chanting Narayana intentionally, faithfully? Ajamil chanted without faith. What will happen if he chant with faith? Ajamil chanted to call his son. What will happen if he chant to call Narayana directly? Ajamil chanted with a sinful background. What will happen if you follow 4 regulative principles and chant nicely? Ajamil chanted at the time of death. What will happen if you chant throughout your life? Therefore, Ajamil episode is not encouraging us to do whatever you want in your life. Any sinful activity you can do in your life, at the end of your life, before dying, just say Narayana, sufficient, you'll go to Vaikuntha. That's not the message of Ajamil episode, by the way. You may think like that. That's not the essence of Ajamil episode. What I said now, just these four things, that is the essence. And by the way, for your information, Ajamil did not go to Vaikuntha. Immediately after the Vishnu Dutas released him from Yamadutas, he was just given a second chance. Okay. He did not go to Vaikuntha immediately. He was just given a second chance. Prabhupada has written an entire book on second chance. Okay. So he took that second chance, went to Haridwar. For 12 years, he chanted the holy names of the Lord. He did worship of the Lord. He did bhakti sincerely. Then he went to Vaikuntha. He did not immediately go to Vaikuntha, by the way. So, Ajamil episode is not a license for us or encouragement for us to do whatever we want. Yes, these extremely merciful episodes of the Lord should give us encouragement and reassurance in bhakti, hope in bhakti, but they should not increase our complacency in bhakti. Ajamil, if he is delivered by holy name, I will easily be delivered. At least I'm not chanting, I'm not doing any sinful activities like Ajamil. I'm much better than Ajamil, no issue. Right? I will go back to Godhead. If that is your attitude, I have another shloka. I have quoted so many shlokas on glories of holy name to encourage and reassure, but I have another shloka for sadhaka of that attitude. That is, Bahujanma kare yadi shravana kirtan tabuna payave Krishna padi premadhan. Even if you hear and chant for millions of lifetimes, you will not attain Krishna prema if there are offenses. Right? If one is deliberately committing sinful activities on the strength of willingness, it's an offense. By that one will not get Krishna prema. But Ajamil did not deliberately commit. Yes, he committed, but he did not connect his committing of sinful activities with the strength of the holy name. Okay. So, therefore, Acharyas repeatedly describe the glories of holy name And this holy name is the Yoga Dharma of Kali Yuga. Shatruchedaikamantram Sakalamupanishadvakya Sampujya Mantram Samsarocheda Mantram Samuchita Tamasaha Sangha Niryana Mantram Sarvaishwaryaikamantram Vyasana Bhujaga Sandashta Santrana Mantram Jihve Sri Krishna Mantram Japa Japa Satatam Janmasa Phalya Mantram Shatruchhedaika Mantram. Holy name of Krishna can completely destroy all our Shatrus. Shatrus are not outside, they're inside. All this Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsara are our real Shatrus. By chanting the holy name of Krishna, all the Shatrus will be tormented. Shatruchhedaika Mantram Sakalam Upanishadvakya Sampocha Mantram. All the Upanishads have unitedly recommending that we chant the holy names of Krishna. Sampujya mantram. Samsarocheda mantram. The absorption, the immersion, the attachment that we have for this samsara sagara will be destroyed with the holy name of Krishna, Krishna mantra. Samsarocheda mantram. Samuchita tamasaha sangha niryana mantram. We will retire from all attachments to material world by chanting the holy names. And Samsarocheda mantram Samuchita tamasaha sangha niryana mantram Sarvaishwaryaika mantram Vyasana bhujaga sandashta santrana mantram. Sarva Aishwaryaika mantram. Holy name can give us all Aishwaryas. Aishwarya is not dollars and pounds or rupees. Aishwarya Nama will get Krishna Prema. Sarvaishwaryaika mantram Vyasana bhujaga sandashta santrana mantram. All the bad habits that we have, all the attachments and aversions that we have, they are like bhujaga, they are like snakes, right? So holy name of Krishna will completely subdue the poison of the snakes, right? So sometimes when the snakes are there, some snake charmers will come and then and have their special kind of flute and chant some mantras to subdue them, right? Holy name is like that mantra that can subdue the poisonous snakes of our material desires, our attachments, our aversions. Okay. Jihve Sri Krishna mantram Japa Japa Satatam Janma Safalya mantram. Chant the holy name of Krishna with your tongue. Satatam, constantly you chant. Janma Safalya mantram. You make your life perfect, fruitful by doing this. Okay. This is the recommendation given to us by great acharyas. Okay. So let us take shelter of the holy name of Krishna. All these wonderful descriptions of the glories of the holy name should inspire us to take shelter of Krishna's holy name sincerely and chant them sincerely. And although I spoke based on what our scriptures taught us, I am also struggling to chant properly, attentively. I need your blessings. I need your prayers. I need your good wishes so that I become more attentive in my chanting of the holy names. Mind is very distracted. It's very, very difficult to control the mind. As Arjuna said, Chanchalam himanaha Krishna pramathi balavadridham tasyaham nigraham manye vayoriva sudushkaram. I can control wind, wind, but you flip that W and make it M, oh my God, I cannot control that. Arjuna said, I can control wind, not mind. Krishna said, yeah, I understand that. He acknowledged. He immediately acknowledged. He did not dismiss. Hey, what? I cannot control. You should control. He did not say that. Yes, yes, my dear Arjuna, I understand that. Asamshayam mahabaho mano durnigraham chalam. Undoubtedly, it is very difficult to control the mind. I understand that. But try. Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihyati. Try to practice. Abhyasa. Practice, 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 practice. Then you will become perfect. Then vairagya. You should also be detached. be detached from anything that is unfavorable to your chanting of the holy name, unfavorable to overall practice of bhakti. So rejecting things unfavorable, accepting things that are favorable is the most essential and fundamental instruction given to all the sadhakas. Okay, so let us try. We are all work in progress. At least I am work in progress. I don't know. Many devotees are here very exalted, but we are work in progress. So let's work progress, not halt, because of distractions. Let's try and increase our absorption and dedication to holy name bit by bit, bit by bit. Thank you very much. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. Any questions or comments?
Thank you, Prabhuji, so much. Such a nectarian flow of katha that we didn't want it to stop. And I really want to express my heartiest gratitude to you, especially for these guidebooks which you have given to us. They are very, very helpful to us. Of all the scriptures, Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita, like I could not ever even try to understand the scriptures without these help books. So these are my life and soul, and thank you for all the discourses. Especially this discourse was very, very essential for us.
I think Mataji got disconnected.
Yes, I
Hare
think
Krishna.
internet issue.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji, we can hear you now.
Okay. Yes, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, we can take questions if you allow.
Okay, Matas.
Okay. Priyanka, just take it. I'll connect from other device.
Okay, Mataji. T.S. Prabhuji, you can ask your question. Preeti Mataji, can you unmute them?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Danvat Pranam. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for your wonderful lecture. I have two questions. Can I ask you two questions? Sorry, Prabhuji, I'm new to Krishna consciousness, so I seek forgiveness if I am asking a silly question.
I'm also
Prabhuji,
new.
like, okay, no, you are exalted personality, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, my question was like Dhruv Maharaj, when he was approaching the king, his father. I wanted to ask that his father, did he understand that he was his son and he wants to, when he wanted to sit on his laps, or did he just he did not know that he is his son?
Of course, he knows. Uttanapad knows that Dhruva was his son. Dhruva knows that Uttanapad was his father. 100%.
Okay. Still, he did not allow him to sit. Why?
Yes,
Why?
that's the whole mistake. That's the mistake.
Okay. Hmm. Okay, and because of his wife, he did not like, moha
Because of his
attachment. Yeah,
second wife.
attachment. Okay.
Correct.
Okay. And Prabhuji, my one more question was that like if we are on our deathbed and at that time, even if after chanting, I don't chant much rounds, but still, if I practice Krishna consciousness for many years, then still, like when we strive through bad, unfortunate situations at that moment during our last breath, if we get to remember such of thoughts, and if we just like you can understand, if we get those thoughts, then we won't get Krishna. So is this fear good, or is it lack of faith, or what should we do? Like if such things happen, what is our state? That was my question.
Having that fear is good. Having healthy fear of Maya is favorable for one's bhakti, undoubtedly. So having that fear is good, but that should not be at the cost of becoming depressed. Let a healthy fear inspire you more to take to the practice more sincerely and intensify your sadhana. But let that fear not cause doubt in the whole path, or distract you, or disappoint you, or discourage you, or demotivate you, or make you dysfunctional in bhakti. So fear is good. We should have some healthy fear of Maya, healthy fear of distractions, but too much fear is not good. Too much fear is an indication of lack of faith, lack of sufficient faith. But healthy fear is like, oh yes, the Lord is very merciful, undoubtedly, but maybe my efforts are not sufficient enough. So healthy fear is you have full faith in the Lord, but you have some fear that you may misuse your independence and then get deviated. But the Lord is merciful, right? But when that healthy fear becomes unhealthy fear, then the problems will come. Yeah, having some fear is good. But as far as remembering the Lord at the time of death is concerned, even if we don't remember, the Lord will force His remembrance upon us. He is merciful. He will ensure. He will ensure that there are some devotees around us who are chanting, or at least He will appear in our mind and enable us and inspire us to chant, provided we have lived a life of service to Krishna. Okay.
Yes, yes, very wonderful answer. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Tanvat Pranam. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Papani Mataji, you can take your
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Just one second. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dan Pranam. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for such a wonderful lecture. And there took so many takeaways that I've written down. So thank you so much. I have two questions. So, like you told that Ajamil did sins, but he did not made any offenses. So therefore, all his sins were eradicated because throughout he was chanting his son's name, Narayan, Narayan, do this, Narayan, don't do that. With affection, with love. How do we know whether we've done any offenses in our past lives, whether we have offenses? How do we know whether we have any aparats? That's the first question I have, probably. I have another one.
We will not know, and we need not know. Okay. So when we chant the holy names of Krishna, when we sincerely follow the practice of bhakti, the bhakti will take care of all those things. Just like if you are taking your little child to some temple or some shopping mall or some place, the child will definitely reach the destination because you are there. Because mother is there, child will reach. If the child knows, that's a different thing. But the child need not know. Right? And if the child is too young, the child cannot know. They are children. Okay, holding to the hand of Bhakti Devi. When you hold on to the hand of Bhakti Devi, Srimati Radharani will take us to Krishna. Okay, so we don't have to worry so much about it. Oh, what happened? How many offenses did I commit in my past life? 10 lifetimes back. Kitna bacha hai? So we don't have to worry so much about it. But if we don't hold to the hand of Radharani, that's problem. Then also we will not know, we need not know. Yamaraj will take care.
Yes.
Right? Maya Devi will take care. They are keeping account. We may not keep account. It may be practical for us to keep all that accounts, but somebody is keeping that account. Okay. Let's hold on to Radharani's hand, Radharani's feet. She will do the needful.
Probably one more question. Thank you so much. That the analogy was very easy to relate. I'll always remember that. That of a child and mother and child. The second question is, like you said, we need to constantly chant the name of the Lord. So what happens is we do our chanting in the morning, and though it's inattentive. But after that morning time, after morning sadhana is over, then when the office time begins or the material time begins, it sometimes becomes difficult to remember Krishna. Sometimes you're so tense because of office situation or the work, or there's a deadline, and then there at that time I feel there is zero remembrance of Krishna. So I feel that I'm a good portion of my time and spending just trying to keep my job and doing that job. So how do I and you also said that too much of fear is a lack of faith. So I was just thinking that when I fear that I will lose my job, I have to do a good work. Is that my lack of faith that I feel that way, or how do I constantly remember Krishna is my question.
Although Krishna said, Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu ma manusmara, he did not stop there. What's the next word? Yudhyacha. Perform your yuddha also. Ma manusmara yudhyacha. How are both possible? Some kids asked, I have school, I have exams, I have these assignments. How can I always remember Krishna? I was explaining this shloka to the kids. Ma manusmara yudhyacha. How is it possible at all? How can Krishna give such an impractical instruction? Okay, it's too much on Krishna's part to say, Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu ma manusmara and yudhyacha. If in the yuddha, if Arjuna remembers Krishna, he instead of throwing arrows on Karna, he will throw on Krishna only, right? He was shooting towards Karna. He will remember Krishna, and then the arrow will go to Krishna, and he will say, hey, "Sorry, Krishna, I was remembering you, and I shot you." So now, when we are doing some service, it could be going to the job, it could be participating in the war like Arjuna, or it could be building a bridge across the Lanka Ocean, or our day-to-day activities like cooking and eating and sleeping, etc. All these activities are required for our maintenance in Krishna consciousness, not only in this body, right? If our ultimate intention is that we have all this for Krishna, to please Krishna, then although we are not literally remembering Krishna while doing those activities, we are making chapati or turda. I just kept some rice for boiling on the stove, and you need to give the necessary attention to make that preparation. If you are not attentive, in the name of saying Hare Krishna, I'm remembering Krishna, and milk that I kept is spilled over, boiled, or the rice got burnt, or the gas got fire. Okay, Hare, there's fire accident in the home. Why? I'm doing Mamanusmara. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu Mamanusmara. I'm being Krishna conscious. We cannot give that excuse. So, although we are not remembering Krishna moment by moment because of doing so many activities, if we are doing those activities for Krishna with an intention to please Krishna, that is also Krishna consciousness. Oftentimes we think that Krishna consciousness means it's an activity of the mind. By the way, it's not. It is, but it is not only the activity of mind. Krishna consciousness is done with the mind, with the intelligence, with the words, with our body, with all our senses. With eyes, we have to be Krishna conscious by looking at Krishna's deity. With ears, we have to be Krishna conscious by hearing Harikatha. With nose, we have to be Krishna conscious by smelling tulsi leaves. With hands, we have to be Krishna conscious doing so many services. With words, we have to be Krishna conscious. With intelligence, we have to be Krishna conscious by understanding the sattva. Right? I'm not being Krishna conscious studying this cosmology. Should I study or not? People may have that question. But actually, you're trying to understand Bhagavata means that is Krishna consciousness. So, with body, mind, intelligence, words, all this is under the umbrella of Krishna consciousness, not just remembrance only. Sravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Padasevanam, so many things are there, right? Otherwise, he would have said only Smaranam is Krishna consciousness. Everything else is not Krishna consciousness, right? Of course, Smaranam is the essence. Okay. Plus, what is that shloka? Smartavyah satatam Vishnu vismartavyo na jatusit. Sarve vidhi nishedhasyur etayoreva kinkaraha. Always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna is the essence of all the vidhis and nishedhas that we are doing, all the rules and regulations. However, we are not restricted only to connect with Krishna through our mind, although it is the highest and it is the essence. We have other faculties that Krishna has given us. We need to engage them in Krishna's service, and that is also Krishna consciousness, right? If in your office you have to give some attention to earn your livelihood, do the needful. And as soon as you come back from office, we can be Krishna conscious.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. This really gives a lot of relief. Just one question, Prabhuji, this shloka that you quoted, always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna, this is from Bhagavatam only.
Bhagavatam. I don't know, Padma Purana somewhere. I don't remember the reference.
Okay.
So,
Thank you. Thanks so much, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, can we take more questions?
short. No, two
Okay.
hands are there. Only 2 questions I will take. And
Yes. Nupur Mataji, you can ask.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, and thank you so much for the wonderful class and especially for reciting so many verses. It was very pleasing to the ears, although most of them were new to me, but it was very pleasing to the ears. Prabhuji, I had 2 questions, but I will ask one, as you said that you will ask 2 questions only. So, Prabhuji, why there was any reason for Ajamil to go to Haridwar? It always comes in my mind that why Ajamil went to Haridwar. And although, as you said, that all the sins were eradicated, then I mean, he practiced for 12 years. So, did he took 12 years for the pure Shuddha Naam? What was the reason behind? Because because he had given the second chance. So, a person who had given the second chance becomes very attentive in spirituality. So, please, Prabhuji, enlighten me.
I don't remember reading anything specifically about the place Haridwar and the count of 12 years. And if it is not 12 years, if he stayed there for 20 years, the question is why only 20? If he stayed only for 3 years, why only 3? If he has gone to, say, Ayodhya or Vrindavan or Mayapur, say, why only Mayapur? Why only Vrindavan? So these questions will come unless a Tikakar specifically gives an explanation about it. We exactly don't know. At least I don't know. But that is not the main point for us to be curious about. Of course, nothing wrong in being curious about certain finer details of a pastime. And if the information is available, we can accept it. But the main essential message there is he was given a second chance to practice bhakti, and then he practiced bhakti. For him, it's 12 years. For some people, it could be more also. For some people, it could be less also. It's up to them. For Dhruva, it was only six months. Okay. Different devotees will take different time frames to perfect their chanting or devotion, or even if they have perfected, they may continue to chant. Okay. But on the scale of eternity, from time immemorial for the rest of eternity, this 12 years or 6 months or 100 years or one manvantara, one Brahma's lifetime, insignificant, right, on the scale of eternity. So when you zoom in, you'll find 12 years, 6 months. But when you zoom out, when you zoom out in a Google map, entire India will look like a small dot only. when you zoom out, when you zoom in, even a small city like Hyderabad or whatever, that will look very big. Okay, so I don't know. That makes sense. No? Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Vidit Prabhu, you can ask a question.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji Ram. Prabhuji, like Ajamil used the Gyan Marg, he used his knowledge that he read from the scriptures. So Prabhuji, if we are also in that same situation, which way should we choose, like the bhakti, and how should we use that way?
Bhakti is the ultimate, and that bhakti includes jnana. Okay, so jnana is of multiple types. One is the speculative knowledge, which somebody acquires by some philosophical analysis or some kind of intellectual gymnastics. Others is material knowledge, which is Jada Vidya. But the real spiritual knowledge is the basic understanding of the difference between body and soul, the ultimate understanding of Krishna's Nama Rupa Guna Leela. Okay, that knowledge that we have of Krishna's Nama Rupa Guna Leela, and the taste that we develop with that knowledge when you have knowledge of Krishna's pastimes, how beautiful Krishna's pastimes are there, and when you know them, then your attraction is more caught up in those pastimes than the material people, the pastimes that are performed by material people, materialistic people. So that bhakti gnana will give us a higher taste, so that we become oblivious to the lower tastes. Okay, but material gnana or some kind of speculative gnana, philosophical analysis, that is not sufficiently strong enough to protect us from distractions. But bhakti gnana will protect us. Bhakti will protect us. Prayer will protect us. Okay. I don't know if that makes sense with it. Huh?
Yes, Prabhuji, I understood that we should pray if we are in a situation like that.
Yes, yes, thank you. Next question.
Prabhuji, can I ask
Yeah,
question?
please.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Prabhuji, I wanted to thank you so much, firstly, for the wonderful lecture. Um, First question of mine was, Prabhuji, you were giving the difference between sinful activities and offenses. So, offenses, I got to understand that aparadha means hurting Radharani and doing wrong activities. Can you give a little more clarification on sinful activities?
Sinful activities are uh, are those activities that deviate from the regular dharma. There is some samanya dharma. Samanya dharma means we need to be good, we need to do good, we have to uphold some moral standards, ethics, kindness, and all that. So, for example, uh, killing a cow is a sin, very grave sin. Okay, so cows are meant to be protected. In that case, every single living being must be respected and their life must be respected. We should not harm anybody. Okay. But cows are considered very special, dear to Krishna. Killing a cow is a sin. It can be aparadh also. Okay. But in the material circles, it can be considered sin. So killing somebody, cheating somebody, beating somebody, and like exploiting someone, taking away their money, gambling, all these are sins only. Or having some kind of sense gratificatory activities, which are like crossing the boundaries of allowed traditional Vedic culture. So these are all sins only. All these are sinful activities. Does it make sense?
Yes, yes. And secondly, you were explaining about ordinary dharma and transcendental dharma. That also, can you explain a little bit more so that I can
Ordinary dharma
understand
is,
better?
yeah, he did a mistake. He
Hmm.
needs a punishment. Okay, that's an
Hmm.
ordinary dharma, moral codes, uh, tit for tat kind of thing. But transcendental dharma is you bring in the divine intervention there. You bring in Krishna's mercy there. So according to ordinary dharma, Ajamil did lot of mistakes, lot of sins. He must be punished in hell. But according to uh, the transcendental dharma, which is propounded by the Vishnu Dutas in front of Yamadutas,
Hmm.
uh, Ajamil was already relieved from all sinful activities. Basically, transcendental dharma is paro dharma, bhakti dharma, bhagavata dharma. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktira dhokshaje. Ahaituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati. The supreme dharma, transcendental dharma of all living beings is to perform unmotivated, uninterrupted devotional service unto Krishna. That is the supreme dharma, transcendental dharma. Now, the word dharma has multiple meanings. One meaning is the duty that you need to perform, which is bhakti. Another meaning is the set of protocols and policies and standards that we need to follow. That is dharma. Okay, one is that practice that you need to follow. Second is the norms that are present. Okay, the system that is made. Fine. So these are like a to-do list for you, and this is the system that is made. That is also called dharma. According to this transcendental dharma system, the Lord's mercy is more powerful than your sin or piety. Your papa or punya are not as great as Krishna's kripa. In front of Krishna's kripa, the effects of your papa and punya we are burned to ashes. So that is a transcendental logic, transcendental karma. So Krishna has applied his mercy there. The Supreme Lord Narayana considered even calling son Narayana as calling Lord Narayana. So whatever Narayana wants is the ultimate dharma, transcendental dharma. If the Lord has decided to give Ajamil a concession, and then Yamaraj has no role to play, Yamadutas have no role to play, Yamapasha has no role to play there. The transcendental dharma is what is ordained by the Lord. Okay, that is the supreme dharma. Basically, Kripa of Krishna. Does it make sense, Madhu?
Yes, yes, Prabhuji. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you. Vandana Mataji also have one question, if we can take it.
I think
I'll take 1 minute only. Prabhuji, I don't have a question. I just wanted to share something with you. I'll take just 1 minute if you permit.
Yeah, please.
First of all, thank you for such a motivational class. Especially your shloka recitation is awesome. So I want to share with you one thing. Long time back, maybe 2-3 years back, I was trying to learn this shloka from Srimad Bhagavatam, the first canto, first chapter, third shlok. So that time I knew only 2-3 tunes to learn the shlokas, because the way I learn the shloka is while reciting it. I sing it, then I got to easily learn it. So this third shloka, I was not able to learn it because it was, I think, some in a different meter. So I happened to see your nectar verses in Hare Krishna TV 2-3 days later when I was trying to learn it. So if you allow me, I want to recite that shloka. I know I'll make some mistakes because your recitation is out of this world. So if you allow me, and Nishtha Bhakti Mataji allow me, so I want to recite that shloka. I learned it from nectar verses only. May I?
Yes, please.
Okay. Nigam kalpatarur galitam phalam सुखमुखादमृत द्रव संयुतम पिबत भागवतम रसमालयम मुहुरहो रसिका भुवि भावुका. Sorry, I may not pronounce it well, but I get it's just for as a token of gratitude towards you that I wanted to recite it. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you everybody. So we will translate the class in Hindi and upload it on the YouTube. So next week we will have the class on Saturday. Thank you so much. Sabka koti koti sabko pranam. Thank you so much for joining today's session. So we will end up the call here. Thank you everybody. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
हरे कृष्णा दंडवत प्रणाम.
हरे कृष्णा माता जी, दंडवत प्रणाम.
Hare
हरे कृष्णा to all.
Krishna. Hare Krishna.
दंडवत प्रणाम.
हरे कृष्णा माता जी दंडवत प्रणाम.
हरे कृष्णा माता जी दंडवत प्रणाम.
हरे कृष्णा मैया दंडवत प्रणाम.
हरे कृष्णा.